Okay, so this is a tutorial on how to write a good lab report. A good lab report consists of all of these sections. It has a title page, it has an introduction, experimental procedures, results, discussion, and conclusion. And I would always, at the end of everything, I would put a section called references. Did I misspell that? I did misspell that. Thank you very much, Microsoft Word, for correcting my mistake. All right, so what you're going to do is this. These are the titles of the sections. Now, sometimes you can have your results and discussions combined. If you don't have a lot of results, you can just combine them together and call them results and discussion. You can do that too, and that's fine. Now, one thing that we're going to do, uh, title page is going to be alone. It's going to be on one page, and it's going to have a lot of empty space in it, which we don't want to be filled with the next chapter, which is introduction. So what you're going to do, click right before the I in the introduction and go to insert and insert page break. Now your Microsoft Office would probably have a different version. This is 2013. I'm used to it. I didn't upgrade to 2016 version of it, but it doesn't really make a difference. They all have the same features and tools. All right, so this is my title page. What am I going to write in my title page? I'm going to have the title of my lab report. It's effective cooling rate on hardness of AISI 1045 steel. All right, and this is my lab 1. Right, my name is Nasser Khodai. Today's date. Okay, you probably noticed this looks ugly. Okay, we're gonna make it look nice. We're gonna insert where's date and time. So today's date. I would like to do this one. And what else? Let's just say I was group 2. All right, that's enough information to let people know what this lab report is for. Or you know what, you can also mention the class. What is it that you're presenting? Lab 1, metallurgy, and what happened? Control Z. Metallurgy and polymers. Okay. All right. This is good. Now, I want this to be my title. And there are these styles that you can use them. They're predefined, but you can also define them yourselves. Okay. This is my heading 1. This could be, no, actually, you know what? This is my title. And this is my subtitle. Right? These ones, I want them to be, now one thing that you've noticed, look, I'm pressing enter, but this introduction is not pushed down. Why is that happening? It's because now if I press this button, it will show me all of these formatting detail, you know, because it has this page break. Okay, page breaks reserves all of this empty space for this page. It won't fill it in. All right, so introduction stays there. All right, I don't need that. Lab 1. Okay, what I want these ones, I want them to be on the right like this. Okay. Now you may disagree with me in the way it looks, and it's fine. If you want, you can also push them this way, like that. Okay. Also, I want these two to be centered. Fair enough. You can add more information here if you want to. But as a title page, I think that's good enough. Sometimes, you know what? Some people don't like to leave all of this empty space. You can have everything as is here, and you can delete that page break, and begin your introduction right under here. All right, so that was my title. This is me, and introduction is my heading number 1. And then I'll begin writing in my introduction. Go to the end, press enter. Actually, you know what? Let's write something nice here. Some general information about the experiment and the material being tested. Okay, begin from the most general information that you can provide. Okay, 1045 steel is a good steel. It's useful for whatever and whatever. And then go on and make it precise and specific to what you're doing in that experiment. Okay, so 1045 steel is a carbon steel. Steel with 0.45% carbon. Some more information about it, and then next you can go and say the effect of cooling rate is the effect of cooling rate is whatever. Okay, start from general, and at the end of it become very specific about what it is that you're going to do your experiment on. Now you may ask, what is the point of doing this heading number 1 and this being title over there? You could make this color effect and whatever with playing by the formatting and stuff like that. But the cool thing about choosing these headings and title and all of these styles is that if you go to view, you can turn on this navigation pane. Okay, and if you do that, you're going to see all the sections of your lab report here. It'll give you a better view, better understanding of what you're making. Nope, get out. Go to home. Okay, so my experimental procedure is also heading number 1. It will appear here. Now in your experimental procedure, you will add details about the experiment. Enough information, enough detail so that if anybody wanted to repeat your experiment, they will be able to repeat your experiment the way that you did it without any difference, to create any difference, measurable difference in the results. Okay, so this is the key. You have to specify every condition in your experiment. Temperature, time, the way you took your sample from the furnace, or I don't know, if it is biology, you have to specify everything. This was the type of the sample I had. This is the bacteria or culture. This is the environment I kept it in, whatever and whatnot. Okay. Now, result and discussion would be a little bit interesting because I'm going to have heading number 1. All right. So I'm going to talk about here, because this is the reason why I'm making this video, because I want to show you how to show you results, and then talk about it. Okay. Now, sometimes you may have different types of results. For example, in this case, in this experiment that we did, we had micrographs, and also we had hardness data, and also we had what else did we have? We had toughness data. Okay, so I want these to be subsections, these 3 to be subsections of result and discussion. How do I do that? Click on your micrograph, and instead of heading 1, choose heading 2. Look what happened. Heading 2 becomes a subsection of heading 1. Okay? This is also a heading 2. Toughness is a heading 2. Okay, and then you will go and add your data and result and stuff. Conclusion is a heading 1. References is also a heading 1. All right, now here, if you look, you have a nice layout of your document. It's very helpful in tracking to see if you're doing things right. And even cooler than this, not here, this is the right order, but sometimes in other documents, you want some sections to be in a different place. You can, for example, in conclusion, look, I can write stuff in my conclusion, but I may decide the conclusion, hey, okay, you know what, conclusion should not be here. I want conclusion to be after my introduction. You can grab it, drag it up, and conclusion appears right after introduction here. This is wrong, but you can do stuff like that. All right. What else? This is it for now, but I'm going to come back and we're going to continue with how to show your micrographs, for example, in your results and discussion. Adios.